Yeah, we're ready.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to use both, but that's fine.
Camera, the other camera from, yeah.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, and welcome to Chewing the Fact, where I am your host, the Queen, on intellectualradio.com. You can also catch us on Spreaker, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and of course, my Facebook Live. So don't forget, tune in at 3 p.m. on Thursdays. Well, today we're going to have a wonderful show that I think that we all need to tune in and listen to. It's one that will definitely captivate our life without actually consume us, all because we don't have the proper financial literacy or just lack of knowledge on how and what we should do in finance. And I have a guru at the business, Miss Shronda McDaniel, and I'm going to turn my live
Hey,
around.
everybody. Hey, I really appreciate you having me on the show today.
Oh my God, I am so excited to have you on the show. This young lady she's such a mover and shaker when it comes to this that I follow her vigilantly because she's always doing something. She's always flying around our little nation. Pretty soon I'm hoping she'll be international. She has the talent. She has the face. Yes, right. That's right. And so I am so pleased to have her on this show to assist you guys and assist me into financial recovery, building, and just leveling up in the business. And Shronda, tell us a little bit about you, madam. Tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. And before I get going, definitely want to let you know that I appreciate you. And just as I'm making moves, I see all of the things that you were doing. Black women on the move.
Thank you.
Listen, it is an honor to be here and really understanding what it's like to be able to network and connect with some amazing people. So as she said, my name is Shronda McDaniel. I carry a few different titles. I am a financial and credit coach, as well as a public and motivational speaker, really aiming to inspire and empower the world. Anybody who needs that help and coaching, I am here and available for it.
You know, a coach need a coach, so I'm going to look into that. So you guys, you heard her. She's available. You have to hit her up, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to hit me up. We're live on my Facebook page. My name is Shronda. No extra A. Let me spell that for you. It is SHRONDA McDaniel. My brand, I am Empowered with Shronda. So you can find me on Facebook at Empowered with Shronda, and it is exactly the same on Instagram.
Wow. Didn't I tell you she was a mover, a shaker? That's what I'm talking about. Somebody that's out here pounding the pavement to get us where we need to be. And a lot of people don't understand, as motivational speakers and someone that teaches, I understand that once you give, you receive also. So sometimes you're speaking things in existence in your life.
Absolutely.
And tell me about the changes. I see some of the changes. You guys don't know. I do know her personally. So I've known her since she's been a little beautiful little girl to this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous young lady of a boss that she is. So to see this and to notice is to see this. And so I've saw her change and I see the moves that she's making. Can you just tell me a little bit tell us first of all, what else do you do when it comes to financial literacy? What other businesses or things do you do besides your public speaking? And because that's a lot within itself. But what else do you do?
Well, it's a lot. So essentially, I represent an organization where we are helping the community, helping individuals to empower their finances. We are a financial literacy company with a flagship product of credit restoration, right?
This is credit restoration.
This is extremely important for our people. And I love my organization and what we represent, because we are not just credit restoration guys, but that financial literacy piece that Ashonda just spoke with you about. Listen, when I tell you guys that many people are at a disposition, 63 million Americans have less than perfect credit. Why is that? They have less than perfect credit because we were not given the education. We went to school.
Yes.
We learned algebra, trigonometry, geometry.
Talk about it.
You name all of those things, but nobody said, hey, this is how you balance a checkbook. Nobody
The
said
things that actually matter.
Nobody said this is how your credit score is calculated.
Come on now.
And so it's really easy for us to repair your credit, but not give you the tools that you need to keep your credit score up. And then otherwise you find yourself right back in the same exact position as you were before. And so I represent an organization that is changing lives all across the nation by helping you restore your credit, but not just that, giving you each and every single tool that you need to say that you are financially stable, right? That's what I do.
Wow.
That's what I do.
That and your credit is who you are.
Absolutely.
It's like to me, it's your social security number. No matter where you go, they're gonna know who you are by your social. That's the same with your credit score.
Absolutely.
You are your credit score. You are your SSI number. And if when your SSI number is ran and then it comes back on your credit, you are devastated. And sometimes it's just simple little things that we can do to have that removed or repaired or pay off. And if we don't know it, then we can't do it. And that's why it's so important that you guys are around to teach us. I need some recovery CPR myself. I'm over here on the respirator, so I need somebody to help me. So I am definitely going to utilize the services, and of course you.
And definitely happy to have you, right?
Thank you.
It's not just you. As it says, 63 million. In fact, I believe the number went up to 68 million. People need the help. Guys, I found this organization not because my story was perfect and that I had A1 credit. I got involved with this organization because I too needed help. Very commonly you talk to people and they think that, you know what, my credit is just horrible and there's nothing else to be done, which is not true, right? There's a second chance in everything. There's a second chance in life, and no matter how bad you think your credit is, don't be the person to count yourself out. Like she said, that social security number represents everything. One of my mentors likes to say, put some respect on your name, right? Go out there and put some respect on your name because you want to be able to afford the things you deserve. And when I say that, I'm not talking about money, going into debt. I'm talking about us living in the home that we desire.
That's right.
I'm talking about us being able to rent in the neighborhoods that we desire. How many people have horrible credit and you can't move because of your credit? And it's one thing to walk into a dealership and they tell you got to put $5,000 down there and have a cosigner.
Right.
And another thing to
drive
walk
off the
in
lot.
there, drive off the lot, got free, guys.
Got
Got free means you have not given them any money down. That means that you sign and drive.
That's right.
That is some respect on your name, right? And when you get to that point, you're also putting money back into your pocket, right?
And your
good
community and all those great things. I love it. I love it. And that good credit is when you say that it's putting money back in your pocket, it's the truth. When your credit is good, you can walk away like America built on credit, commodity and trade. We don't always up and pay up front. It's our name, that get us there. And they say, oh, sure, you can get this. You can walk away with this $1 billion, like China. Yeah, you can walk away with this $25 billion, but you owe us. But it's one thing to be able to say, my name is good enough for that. But, sometimes utilizing, I tell them, even when you repair your credit, don't go back and some respect on your credit name. You need to do that. You need to do that because the recovery it's hard when you don't know what to do. But it can be so much easier with a liaison as yourself.
Absolutely. Really reaching out and getting the help that you need. There's so many different people and places that tell you, hey, we do credit repair. Hey, we do credit repair. But understanding the difference and what that means and what you need to do as far as making sure that you level yourself up. She just made some very, very valid points here. Guys, when we're talking respect on your name, you can talk to a lot of people, especially guys, right? No shade at our men. But when you're talking to them and you're telling them about credit, most of them say, I'm old school. I'm a cash person. Okay. Right? And I'm going to definitely respect you for that, but understand what it means that your cash versus your cash in your credit.
That's right.
Puts you in a completely different place. People aren't starting these multi-billion dollars and multi-million dollar companies
with
just off of the cash that they have, right? And so you need to be able to understand that there's a such thing as good credit and there's a such thing as bad credit. And when you're hearing people tell you that they are going to help you get into a better financial place or position, there is a difference, right?
Yeah.
We also should be selective and choosy on who we're going with, and saying that they should do our services, right? You want someone that is reliable. In fact, I'm gonna drop some nuggets on you guys right now.
Okay, come on. I'm always in the business of catching nuggets. Now, come on.
Many people do not know this, but it is illegal for any company that is not a non-for-profit or banking institution to do credit repair, right? So I represent an organization, 17 years in the business, and non-for-profit, changing lives all across America. I want to tell you how leveraging your credit and putting money back in your pocket really works.
Okay, so let me push a pin real quick.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me only non-for-profits and banks and banking institutions should be doing are legally and should be doing our credit repair. So all of these people who are on Facebook, and no shade to you, said, I can fix your credit, I can fix your credit, I can fix your credit. Be very leery, be very afraid. That's what you're telling me. So I say this and said push a pin there is because it has been a drastic surge in that, and that you're giving real personal information out to people that you're not sure is recycling your information. I mean, all of this credit card fraud and bank account fraud and just fraud on top of fraud on top of fraud. You should be very careful on who you give your information to. Again, your social security number is who you are. It will follow you to your grave and beyond, because you still get bills and things in the mail after you're gone.
Absolutely.
So it is so important. So I'm going to remove that pen because I wanted to go back and, reiterate on that before I forget. You get old. And
you start forgetting stuff. It's okay. You get younger and you start forgetting stuff too. It's perfectly fine. But listen, I won't use any names, but I know someone who went to, if you ever catch me at any event and I'm speaking, they tease me about this, but I always use the example. If you're going to Teresa around the corner and the Purple House to the left, right? I always make that reference. I know somebody who went to Teresa house around the corner, Purple House on the left. She helped him get some absolutely amazing credit. Helped him get well into the 700s. If I'm not mistaken, he's probably at the 800s. She was also using his credit too.
See, that's what I mean.
Yes.
When I say be careful, and we haven't spoke. This is just something I know that is it makes you a common target. You are being preyed on. Now, not everyone who does it, but the percentage is high. They recycle your information and your credit, or they build your trade line up in your credit, and then they're on top of you with it as a cosigner. Be very wary. Be very leery of what and who has that number. And again, she is with an organization.
17 years.
17 years in the business, and they are a reputable company.
Yes.
So, look. I have nothing to do with this company, so I'm not pushing it because I get something out of it. I'm pushing it because you get something out of it. So back to you, Miss Shronda. So with this, how long is the process? What is the process? What does the fees look like? How does this go, like from basic to premium? If that's there, if that is being said, or is it just one flat cost per month? How does this work? With your organization?
Well, I'll say this. I'll address that. It's very, very inexpensive, right? We're a financial literacy company, so we do not aim. Our goal is not to put you in debt, but to put you in a better position. There are a couple different options available to individuals, right? It's really based on your needs and what you need. And so if this is something that you absolutely need, you reach out and you're given a free consultation where we provide all of the information that you need to know in order to get started, because I definitely want to discuss with you the packages and the benefits that make the most sense for you. And as far as time frame, I also love to say to individuals, listen, credit repair is not magic, right?
Right.
We have to allow a process. Some of us can have bad credit for 5 years and you want that credit to be repaired in 2 days, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, unrealistic
right?
expectations.
We have to absolutely set our expectations so that we are in the winning position, because once you get your credit done legally, correctly, and done the right way, this is something that is supposed to follow you your life, and we're giving you the tools to keep it that way. And so patience, right? We teach patience and everything, because there's a process and everything. Now, most of our clients do start to see results within the first 45 to 60 days. But we do tell you, plan on sticking around for 6 months or more. Again, if you've had bad credit for 5 years, you can absolutely stick around and wait for 6 months or so, because it's not going to kill you. But you are in the place where you're getting yourself into a better financial situation where 6 months from now, you can make some better decisions. There's programs out here where people talk about down payment programs on your credit or for homes. There's programs out here that's not for people with bad credit. It's for people with good credit, and the better your credit is, the more money they give you to put down on your home. And so it's okay to take the time to let your credit rise. And so you asked me earlier, what has this done for me? And I do want to go ahead and make sure I share my testimony with you guys, because I mentioned that I needed the service, not because I'm perfect, guys. I needed the service because I filed for bankruptcy a few years ago. Many of us are uneducated, and we think that bankruptcy is the solution. For some of us, it may be. For some of us, you could have saved yourself some time, energy, and money because you did not need that bankruptcy. But I filed for bankruptcy, and though it had been discharged, guess what? It's still on my credit. So it's keeping me from increasing, right? Your bankruptcy, they tell you, it stays on your credit legally for 7 years, unless you find a program that helps you get it removed. So I got started because my credit score was struggling. I was tired of overpaying for my everyday needs. Listen, you pay more for your car insurance if you have bad credit. Absolutely. You're paying more for your car. You're paying more for your mortgage. And the list of things go on and on. Not to mention, don't walk into a job with bad credit and think you're going to get it.
Because they're running your credit now with the job.
Especially if it's a customer service, or you're dealing with people's personal information. But anyway, working with the organization in just 7 weeks, the company was able to remove that bankruptcy from one of the bureaus, as well as a few line items associated with it. And I jumped 88 points in 7 weeks.
Amazing.
I knew right away that this is something that I needed to be a part of, and be a part of immediately, because if this is making this change for me, how much can it change for other people? And as I continue to grow and stick with the products and services, which we'll talk about in just a moment here, the company's taking me. The company's taking me from a 549 to a 726 credit score. And not just that, but I was able to call up Geico. Hey, how y'all doing? Listen, my credit score up. I need you to reevaluate my premium. Guys, my premium went down for the entire year by $179. Listen, I work for that money every day. And now that money goes back into my pocket. Again, having good credit puts money back in your pocket.
You see what I mean? Back in your pocket. So that means she's saving. Because number one, you're an entrepreneur, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
She's an entrepreneur. She's non-captive. She worked with the organization, but yet and still, she still is an independent contractor and entrepreneur. So with that being said, she has the freedom to move about and do the things that she needs to do. And doing the things that she needs to do sometimes require her credit. I mean, what if, she gets to this platform where she needs to obtain a brick and mortar space? You think somebody was gonna be really happy to give it to a 549 or opposed to a 720, right? A 720, of course, 720. So these things, like, we always speaking things that out of our mouths, and we have to speak it into existence. But there is work to do. That's why she said the word tools. You'll get tools to work with, and those tools are important, because it's easy to get your credit fixed, but to keep it and maintaining takes work. And so getting those tools is so important.
So let's talk about those tools.
Let's do it.
Listen, I absolutely love what I do, guys. I'm trying to turn the energy down, because they call me a ball of energy. When I get to talk about this stuff, I get extremely excited.
Woo!
Sometimes I get so excited to start breaking into a sweat. Listen, I want everybody out there across the U.S. to hear and know what we do, because it makes a difference. So we are a full protection plan which means that you get a full gamut of everything that you need in order to stay protected and get the tools that you need to continue to go. Right? There's 12 services total. I won't go through all of them, but I'm going to talk about the ones that are my favorite and those that are absolutely key. First things first, right? Credit restoration is a two-part street. Right? We can help you get rid of those negative things, but there's absolutely some things that you need to do in order to help your credit score boost. So we give you Credit Builder, which says to you, this is what your credit score is, and these are some things that you need to do. Guess what? If you have a maxed out credit card, the first thing that thing's going to tell you to do is pay that balance down. You shouldn't use more than 30% utilization on your credit cards, right? So we teach you exactly how your credit score is calculated and all of that. So you get Credit Builder. Listen, I like to group these three things together. You get budgeting, savings, debt elimination.
Love it.
So if we're helping you to strategically pay off your debt, because there's actually a system to that, this means that you are now putting more money into your savings account. This is a fact. Most Americans do not have $500 in their savings account.
Fact.
We're helping you budget. Millionaires have a budget, and you should too. That's right? Budget, savings, debt elimination, and we're talking a good credit. Woo! We're talking a completely different life.
You're a triple threat.
Yes. And then I'm going to tell you guys a myth. Most people think that you need to be rich in order to have a will and trust.
Oh, no. I have wills and trusts. My mom had wills. You should have a trust. This protect your assets. Whatever assets you have, confusion with your family, all of those different things. It's about structure. Your life should be structured.
I absolutely love that she said that. The issues with the family. We just left this huge conference, and one of our mentors in the organization, listen, multi-millionaire, she sat us down and she said, listen, once your money is organized, and this is not about how much money you make, just once your money, no matter how much you make, is organized, you're living a completely different life, and you walk in a completely different confidence. But with this will and trust, guys, listen, you don't need to be rich or have a whole lot to have one. But without it, you are unprotected as well as your family members. Listen, if you own a car, whether it spits fire when you turn it on or not, it's your car, right? If you have life insurance, if you have 401k, if you have a business, if you, whatever you have, guess what? A bank account, this all belongs to you. And if you don't have a place where these things are supposed to be designated, guess who gets it? The government.
Oh, the government.
Millions of dollars go back to the government every single year of unclaimed money, because we are not educated enough to have a will and trust. Guess what? That will and trust and everything that I'm naming to you, all 12 of those services come at no additional cost to you with your credit restoration, so that you walk away from this organization a bigger, better, happier person.
You hear that? So with the credit restoration, you get those additional services. I'm here to tell you that they are, and this is personal experience, and I also provide the services. If you don't have your business in order, someone else will have your business in their order. So, and it can be against your wishes completely. This person was never around you. You never had any physical contact nor emotional connection. But that person can resurface and come and take everything, all because you didn't put your business in order. And the person or your child or your spouse or whomever needed it, if you didn't do the proper things, it's going to be tied up with the government in courts and everything else. Or you're going to be paying so much money to your probate attorneys and probate court. I'm telling you.
All of those things, people don't get it. Why are you going to court for something that belongs to you? You automatically.
Somebody don't get their business in order. They will leave it and make you fight for it.
Yes.
So, living witness, get it in order. Have it right. It taught me a lesson. I thought I had it together, but after I had to deal with a nightmare, you better believe my stuff is in more than black and white. I even got some red pen on that sucker. You know, so girl, keep talking this good stuff. You know.
All right. I hope that you guys are getting some amazing nuggets. I'm gonna, cause we have a few new people jumping on the live. You might have just jumped in. We will make sure that we give you my information at the very end of this so that I can help you.
Yes.
But there is another part of this, right? We're talking about your credit restoration. We're talking about helping you get your life in order. Another one of those things is we know that once we get a 700 plus credit score, our identities are more likely to be stolen, right? Credit scores go as low as a 300. At a 300, nobody's worried about your identity. You can have it. But once you get closer,
considered dead on the road.
Once you get closer to that 700, that 800, etc., guys, you want your identity protected, and that's also additional service that you get at no additional cost. All of these things that we are giving you, which makes it really hard for you to look left and say that this is not something that is for you, right? And so we're just talking about all of the things that we offer, and that's just some of the things. But in my coaching and in my building, I am also mentoring individuals to start up their own business. Allowing them to start up their own business, because a lot of us, we want to be our own business owners. We want to level up, but we don't know where to start, or we don't have that coaching or that mentorship. And the beauty about it is when you have a mentor, you go at things way differently. I have the experience, I've been through it, and I'm able to help other people, right? So you have that same story. You have the same story of you have a business, but you also have great credit. You're understanding how to leverage that credit and all of those things. And so I am looking to mentor 5 amazing people who are ready to take their life to the next level. Only
on chewing the fat. Only on chewing the fat.
Yes. Where you're able and willing to take your life to the next level. You're going to get full mentorship and coaching, and you have your own business leveling up. And it starts off with, even if you're someone who's looking to earn some additional income, and how you take your part-time into your full-time, right? And it's absolutely something that we need. A lot of people are fearful of working for ourselves because we weren't taught that. We were taught that we need to go to school
to punch 9
and get a job,
clocks.
and you made it. But how many of us go to school? We get that job, but now we're leaving.
And we're gone.
We leaving paycheck to paycheck, right? Not making enough money. Being one of those people that don't have $500 in your savings account and unhappy, right? And so starting up your own business, bringing in some additional income from somewhere, right, is absolutely going to be the solution to help you get ahead. Because unless you're making $1 million salary at work, we all know
we need to be there making some money.
Absolutely.
And we need to have the disposable income that if something happens, like she said, at $500, some people don't even have it. That's not even what you should have placed aside for your emergency funding. And if you take those classes, this is what she'll also teach you. But emergency funding is absolutely essential. You should have at least 2-3 months of your income saved up. You should do that so that when something happens, you can be disabled, you can have to fly out for a funeral, some type of surgery, anything. You should be able to have access to an emergency fund. But how can you have it if you don't have the tools to teach you how to save? How to, replenish yourself or to level up so that you can start to have this income. So Miss McDaniel is extending this, extraordinary opportunity to mentor, coach, and to show you how 5 women or men, it doesn't matter.
I normally say 5 women, but I don't want our men to feel away. It's 5 people, women or men. Yeah. All I say is you have to be ready. You want to be trainable.
This is what I say, coachable. Yes, you got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, then you got it already. So I'm sure you're about to make that 6 to 7 figure income any few months now, because I don't care, until the day we die, we should stay coachable. We should stay as a student. No matter what. I am so eager to learn something new every time. My neurons fire off like triple time. When I hear some new information, it just pops off in my head. So with that being said, be ready, be coachable, be ready, and be open to change your life.
Be a forever student.
Yes.
And the reason why you're a forever student, because there is, no matter who you are, there's always somebody out there
to teach you something
that can give you more than you already have. I want to talk about this. You look on Facebook or social media, you hear different conversations where people talk about your circle, right? This is no disrespect to the people that you grew up with or that you know, right? But if you're not around somebody that has more than you, then you can't have somebody show you how to get more than you
That's
have.
right.
Even if you have a friend, say you make 30,000, your friend makes 40,000. All your
That's
friend
your
can
cap.
do is show you
How
how
to
you
make
can make
$40,000.
$40,000, maybe 42. They can show you if you work hard, you can get a
Yeah,
a
because
good little pay
because you're
raise
gonna
or
learn off their
promotion.
trial and error, so you'll get that extra
Exactly.
2,000.
And so when we are not teachable, there's so much information
Oh,
out there
God.
for us in the world to know. There's so many things that keep us one step away from being a little bit better than we were yesterday. And if we have it all and we know it all, we get nowhere. In fact, if you have it all and you know it all, look around you. This is all you're going to get.
That's right.
But once you are trainable, coachable, teachable, anybody can pour into you.
That's
Listen, I am sitting at the table with millionaires.
So
now,
I love it.
being
Don't you love
trained.
it?
And it is a completely different lifestyle. You look at things completely
And the
different.
room, it's so much lighter, and they're friendly, and they want to teach you. And the thing about it, people who are making what you make and under that, they don't want to learn anything. They're not happy. They're not pleasant. You know why? Because they're still struggling. They're still struggling. You can't smile. You can't feel light if you're not able to show your creditors or your monthly bills or assessment. I can handle this, and then yet you're trying to teach somebody else, like you said. Oh yeah, I can show you how. I always say, you remember the American Express commercial? What's in your wallet? I always say, who's in your circle? Like, who's in your circle? Because that's as broad as your circle will become.
That's and it doesn't mean that we have to disown, disown our people, any of that. But if all you have is just that circle, then all you have is just that circle. And if you want more, guys, you gotta absolutely do more. And some people say, I'm not good at that. You have to be a student, because if you're not a student, you're not getting anything more. If you're not getting anything more, you can't level up.
Yes.
Listen, I am that person. I absolutely love to learn, and I'm soaking stuff in like a sponge. And because of that, everybody that I come across, they want to pour into me. I'm being in position to invest in businesses that the reason why is because of my dynamic with this person and my aspirations to build and dream. The same person can meet you. Are you giving them that same feeling about you, that you're getting that opportunity? Some opportunities pass us by just because we aren't in the right mindset in order to get those things. And so I don't want anybody out there to feel bashed or beat up or abused, but we're saying to you that you absolutely want to, in order to level up, you gotta be teachable. You have to want to know more. And if you don't have the desire to want to know more, that is really where the buck ends with you, right? I love to tell people, when I'm speaking, we don't have to settle for what we get, because many of us, it is really just the life of settling. You were raised and you saw this and you think that that's all you have to do.
That.
We look on the TV and we see the celebrities or we see whomever, and we think that is just something that is a wish. But the reality is that it can be a reality for you too. But that is when we are saying we're sick and tired of settling and we want more, which means that you have to be open for opportunities, right? Many of us pray. We go down on our knees. God, please bless me. I want out. But this is a fun fact. $1 million is not literally going to knock on your door. You're going to open it and it's a bag there. But what you have to do is you have to find those opportunities. Right? Opportunities don't go away, but what happens is it's presented to you.
Yes.
You look the next way, so it passes you and it goes right to the next person who's absolutely
open
ready to
and
go.
ready.
Yep. We have to be open-minded. Our mind is our prison.
It is.
Our mind is our prison.
And some of us are in max. Some people can get, minimum security. Some people be in max. And it's because those are the ones who don't want to be coachable. And so, like she said, we don't want to beat you. We want to cover you. We want to cover you. And the reason why this covering is so important is because for so long we've been taught so wrong. We've been taught the American dream when it does not truly exist in our multicultural and diverse society. The American dream is what you make your dream to be. That's what the American dream is. It's not the white picket fence with the white couple who dog is bringing in the paper and wife bringing the cigar and the dinner. It's not that cute and wrapped up like the Cleavers. I'm just saying.
I think she just wrapped up her life in
it's just not
cigars, and I think she just. Is that what just happened there?
Is that what happened? Did I have a surge moment? But I'm just saying, you have to make it work. You have to make it work, and to make it work, you gotta know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And so when we don't, that's when we have gurus and teachers as yourself to come in to play Rescue 911. It's something we need.
Swooping in to save the day. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so when you're traveling to these different places, you're teaching about financial literacy?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things that I have going on. In many cases, sometimes I'm traveling to be poured into, right? I again, no matter where you make it to and where you're going, there's always someone that knows more than you. And so some of my trips, it is me going on. Personal development is everything. I'm going to events, and I'm taking on personal development and conferences and networking. And then some of that traveling, I'm traveling for financial literacy. I'm traveling to spread the word, because what we do is all across the U.S. And so if you are within the U.S., we're able to help you, help you with your finances, help you with your circumstances.
No matter where you are, she still have your back. It's just not for us in Chicago, because I do have a lot of national people. So please pay attention. It's just not here in Chicago. She has different locations. So still hit her up. If you have a quick question or comment, we still have the phone lines open, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. I'm sorry, go on, Shronda.
It's okay. But yeah, we're all over. So we travel the country. I'm traveling the country with different speaking engagements because, again, what we're offering, right? My brand itself, Empowered with Shronda, is offering many different things, inclusive of the financial literacy. Most importantly, that is the speaking engagements, here in Chicago, Thursdays weekly, other occasions, there's a few hundred people in the room. We're talking about what we do, but, I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody has a perfect life, right? And through experiences and things that I've been through, I'm able to pour into other people, and helping them understand that we can absolutely do anything that we make our minds up. And so that's what I do. I'm traveling, talking about financial literacy, giving some of that coaching, giving some of that speaking. But most importantly, I do a lot of traveling because I am mentoring people into starting their own business. They're all over the U.S. And so I'm coming to you, coachable, trainable, teachable. You're absolutely serious about what you do. I am committed to it with you as well, giving you all that you need to be successful.
So there is no excuse, because if you're listening to me, there is no excuse. I ask you to share, comment, tag, and she's giving this information out for you all. And this information she's doing is absolutely free right now. Now, if you want some tailored services, that's a whole nother thing. If you want the credit repair, that's a whole nother thing. But she's giving you some information and some tools right here that you should have been taking some notes if you really want to get out. I'm a note taker or recorder, so I don't miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing, because if I'm in that room and some nuggets and some things are being dropped, that's why when she said I'm going to drop some nuggets, I'm always in the catching business. So don't you think you're dropping them and I don't catch it? Lies. I'm taking notes. I'm listening. I'm going to even share this information, because that's another problem. We hold these things to ourselves, and some of us utilize it and some of us don't, but we're just going to hold that information. But somebody may absolutely need this. And I mean, like I said, if you're a millionaire, like Shronda said, if you're a millionaire or not, you still need these tools. You still need to keep it. I had this man tell me a few years ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago or so. He took over the building where my daycare was, and he was really cocky, and I knew that the building was going to, again, be back at the bank because of the way that he came in. And one of the things he said to me was, I've been a millionaire 2-3 times. So you've been a millionaire 2 or 3 times, but you lost it each time? I mean, if you're a millionaire and you make some more money, that makes you a multi-millionaire. If you up in, a few digits or whatever. So when he's like, I'm been a millionaire 2-3 times, I was like, oh, so what happened? Well, I had some falls, but he said that to boast and to, like throw someone else under the bus, but telling us you had millions 2 or 3 times and not knowing how to keep it, something tells me you couldn't tell me or the person that was over there that you thought that you were, putting down anything. Because, your affairs weren't in order. You didn't know what to do or what programs to use or tools to use to keep you at a certain status. Because once you're there, you should continue to grow. Unless you're playing in stocks or some risky business gambling, you should be able to grow. You should have some investments going. You should have some things that assist with income streams. So something along the line just wasn't working for him. So if we're trying to make things happen and work, this is where we should be, in a lifelong classroom, a lifelong student, as she said. Socrates said it. He always said we have to be lifelong learners. Piaget, lifelong learners. These are psychologists and theorists and philosophers that tell you that. Einstein, hey, he said it. And guess what? I'm saying it, she's saying it, and a lot of more people who know. You have to be a student at all times. So it's not over because you think your credit score told you so. It can be repaired. I know it's in black and white. I know we see it. I know some of us are even afraid to even look at it. That's another thing I want to talk to you about. Why are we so afraid? Is it because we think there's no way out?
It's miseducation. It goes back to what I said when we first started the conversation, is that we don't have the education. And so we think that credit score is just what we have and it just gets better on its own. And it is not. And,
I like that.
And so many, 85%, 90% of the people, there are inaccuracies reported on your credit. People are afraid to go and look at their credit scores because they think that is all they have. And
yes.
It's like going and opening up the fridge and you're hungry and nothing's there. What's the
right,
point in opening it,
right?
Right? But you need to check it so you can be educated on it, right? If you're not checking your credit, this means that somebody can steal your identity and you don't even know it. If you're not checking your credit, somebody can report some huge inaccuracy and you don't even know it. Don't be fearful of that score. If you're signing in and it's a number that you don't like, do something about it because there is absolute help out there for you. Don't be embarrassed. You know what I like to tell people? I say, my company is a movement, right? We're all over the U.S. We're impacting lives. We're doing all of these things. But this movement was started because there are some people who were brave enough to stand in front of a room full of people and tell you, I had jacked up credit. And so many times we're stuck in our situations, whether it's credit, whether it's you need somewhere to stay, no matter what your situations are. We stay stuck in our situations because our pride won't let us talk about publicly what we're going through privately. And so we're taught, the saying, what goes on in this house stays in this house. We've all heard that before. But if you're not talking outwardly about it, then you can't get assistance with it. If you're not the person who can say, hey, Shronda, I need help, then I don't know that I can help you. And so look at your credit score. Know what it is. Don't be afraid of it. And here comes another nugget.
Catch it.
Here comes another nugget, guys. Credit agencies, credit bureaus are not government regulated entities.
See?
They are privately owned organizations. Privately owned organizations.
Guess what? That nugget just taught me something. See?
So guess what? This means that you ever look at your credit score and you see 3 different scores, or you look at your credit and you have something that's reported here but not reported there. This is because they are 3 different privately owned entities. And guess what? One of them is not even a U.S. company. They're international. Facts, right? They're international organization, but they are three separate entities who get money from buying and selling your information.
Right,
and this is how that works, right? Your credit bureaus have the right to report what they don't want to, and the creditors they can report to two and not three, or one and not the other
and
two.
then they sell
and
those
it's a
things
choice.
off.
They sell it back and forth. And so the reason why you're able to use Credit Karma for free is your information is being sold back and forth, right?
Recycle.
Your information is being sold. So understand what this means. Don't look at your credit score and be afraid. This is not the government. This isn't Uncle Sam saying if you dispute something on your credit. This is a privately owned entity. But you know the same. Once you know better, you do better. So if you never even look at your credit score, you don't even know that you need to do better, right? So,
got it? Because what she said is so true. A mutual friend of ours, I'll tell you after the show, had fraudulent on a fraudulent eviction, 3 on her account. On her credit. 3 evictions. She wasn't even evicted out of the place, was still currently staying in the place. Her and the landlord had discrepancies over the years. He reported a bankruptcy on her credit. She was still living there. And when she went to move 3 years later, that not bankruptcy, that eviction was on her credit. And so she's like, I've never been evicted. When she looked at the address, it was the current address she's staying at. She had to go before a judge, have it open. But first, I told her, dispute it. Let's do this, let's do that. So she sent it in. They started removing it off of her credit. Then she went to a judge, opened up a case so that the judge can make sure that it was legally a legal letter to follow her with that landlord. But you see how much trouble that was, and all she had to do, maybe was periodically check her credit. She would have found that 3 years ago, those 3 evictions was on her at the same address that she was presently staying. So that's a scary situation, that you go and fill out something and you don't know why you are denied. And that's what happened. She thought she had the place. They were telling her they're giving her keys, but based on, her credit, everything was fine until they saw 3 evictions. And so she lost that place and had to be gone in 2 weeks. And it was so much stress. So don't be that person. Always make sure you know what's going on in your life. Always be sure.
Get yourself in order, guys. Get yourself in order. Absolutely.
So, with that being said, I am going to hope that you've taken all the notes and all the things that you needed to take. Shronda, please give your information once again.
Absolutely. Giving you guys my information. I can be found. My Facebook page is Empowered with Shronda. My name is spelled SHRONDA, Empowered with Shronda. I am on Instagram, empowered_with Shronda.
Okay.
Right, empowered with _Shronda. Instagram likes to make us put the extra characters in there. So, empowered with Shronda. I am here available to help you. You want to know more about our program and how we can help you empower your finances? Absolutely available to do so. And again, guys, I am coaching, mentoring 5 people, just 5.
Yes.
We're taking their lives to the next level. This can be your opportunity too, but you have to first take the step to say, I need it.
I need it. Wow, you've heard it first on Chewing the Fat. 5 people. So I always tell you this every time I leave off this show. Live life on purpose. Live life with purpose. For without it, what is your intent? I'll see you guys later. Catch you next week. Thank you, Miss Shronda.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.